Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Jen and we are building in The Sims 4 today. I feel like it's been about a week since I've made a video like this, so I'm really excited to get this video out to you guys, and I am really excited about this build in general. It's a bit bigger than houses I normally make. I'm very comfortable building small houses, like micro homes, tiny homes. I like building in apartments. They're just a lot easier to furnish, a lot easier to landscape. So I don't generally build bigger houses, but I was scrolling on Facebook or Pinterest or wherever I was scrolling, and I came across this picture of a beautiful Victorian style house. And I didn't get a floor plan with it. It was just one shot of the house. But I was so inspired to build it, and I finally sat down, opened my game, and picked a 40 by 30 lot to start building on. And this is in Willow Creek. I really like this lot a lot, and I really love all of the willow trees surrounding it. And it's just so pretty here. I love it. So I'm just working on the exterior of the house right now. I've got the basic shape of it going right now, and I'm just adding in some windows from cats and dogs, I believe. And I think there are a few windows from the base game as well. I've also gone ahead and added that wraparound porch that we see a lot in Victorian style houses. And I love seeing houses like this with the big wraparound porch. I was debating on putting like a rocking chair out here. It just didn't really fit the family that was going to be living here. And usually when I'm building, I don't really know who's going to be living in the houses. I just kind of have a general idea of who's going to be staying here. I'm like, oh, maybe they like painting, maybe they like writing, and I'll just throw in like random skill building items. But this time I actually reached out for some help. As some of you guys may know, I'm part of a Facebook group called Sims Grown, and it's such a fun group to be a part of. It's my favorite group on Facebook to be a part of that's about The Sims. And I was reaching out looking for ideas for families who could live in sort of a bigger house, and I got this amazing reply from Booties Gaming, and I will plug some of their info below because I loved their suggestions so much. I will just read it to you guys really quick. Mom is a strict stay-at-home mom. Dad is a businessman who stays at work as long as possible because his marriage is a wreck. Most nights he sleeps in the guest room so as not to disturb the Mrs. Beauty's sleep. They have a teenage daughter who, like her mother, is very proper and strict, giving her kind of a mean girl attitude. They have twin boys who are children and who are rowdy and who love to prank their older sister. So I love the suggestion so much, and that is definitely the family that I had in mind when I was building this house. So thank you so much, Booties Gaming. This was so fun. And this was also such a great suggestion because since this house is bigger than I'm used to building, I wanted some kind of interesting family in there. I don't really play with big families, and honestly the main reason for that is because my computer just cannot handle it. It sounds really sad, but that's literally the reason why my families are usually no bigger than 4 people. But this bedroom actually has 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. It has 2 living rooms. One's like kind of formal and one's a more like actual living room where the family can like sit and store all of their stuff. But right now, let's not skip ahead. Right now, I'm just working on the patio. I'm just throwing in a little bit of a garden bed, and I'm doing this by using the fence tool. And I believe I'm using the fence that comes with the pack. I will double check that, but it's this really, really low fence, and I like to pretend that it's a garden bed. I'm not sure if that's what they're supposed to be used for, but they just work so well, so I'm assuming that's what they're used for. And I'm just working on the back of the house a little bit more. I thought that the structure of it just looked a little bit weird, so I added another roof, bumped it out a little bit, and then I started switching around the patio furniture a little bit. I had done the patio before I reached out to the Facebook group, before I knew who was living here. So once I got a better sense of who was going to be staying here, I decided to scrap the picnic table and the garden beds, just because it didn't really fit the family. I can't really see the mom or daughter gardening or the busy businessman husband or the two kids gardening. So I took away the gardens. There is also a community garden literally right behind their house. So that's also another reason why I got rid of them. But then I decided to add in some lounge chairs so maybe the mom and daughter could, hang out back there together. I'm assuming they spend more time together than the husband and wife do. So that's kind of what I pictured in my head. And now I'm just working on a little bit of a front garden area. And like I said, I didn't really see anyone in the Sims family really working on their gardening skills, so I didn't worry about putting actual garden beds down. I just made those fake ones, I guess you could say, and just loaded them up with some nice flower bushes from the build by menu. And this kind of thing definitely isn't my forte, so I hope it looks okay. All in all, I was really happy with the way the exterior of this house turned out. It's kind of giving me like mini castle vibes, which I kind of love, I'm not gonna lie. I just decided to load up the porch with a few like sports equipment items. So I threw in a couple of bikes for the children. I do end up putting like a punching bag over there. I throw in the decoration box so you can decorate your house and you don't have to keep those ugly boxes inside of your house either. So that's just a bonus. And moving on to the interior of the house, I'm not going to lie, this was a little bit of a struggle for me. I ended up actually turning off my screen recording and figuring out the floor plan off camera. And then once I had it figured out in my head a little bit more, then I turned my screen recording back on so you guys could see what I ended up doing. So trust me, it was not a smooth process, even though it definitely looks that way. I can assure you it took me about 40 minutes to figure out this floor plan. Because like I said, I'm really not comfortable building in big houses, okay? Like just leave me alone. Having said that, I am really excited about what I decided to do with those two little like tower looking rooms. They're a little bit of a weird shape, but I'm really excited to show you guys what I did with those. But let's not jump ahead. I just filled the whole house with this eco lifestyle wood flooring. I think this is my favorite wood flooring that we get in the game. I think I use it in probably all of my builds. I just think it looks the best. I wanted this space to be more of like a formal living area. I wanted a nice fireplace with some art on the walls, some nice rugs down, maybe some nice furniture. I mean, I don't pick the nicest furniture. I end up just picking some couches from Tiny Living, which is arguably not the nicest couches we get. But I love the cushions. I thought it added to that nice, like, cushy feel. Like, I just picture the wife spending all of the husband's money and, like maybe they inherited this house from his family. So he's like, babe, I really want to live in my childhood house. It would mean so much to me. And she's like, okay, babe, like we can live here, but we're going to fill it with like the stuff that I want to fill it with. Like it's going to look the way I want it to look if this is the way we're going to live here. So everything is really over the top. It's really bright. It looks expensive. This house is expensive, by the way. I think this house is over 170,000 simoleons. I will have to double check that, but I know it's expensive. It's up there. So if you go to download it, just keep that in mind. And as always, if you go to download this house, make sure you have your cheats turned on, bb.moveobjects on, and bb.showhiddenobjects. And I would definitely just place this in build mode. It'll just save you a headache in the future, perhaps. I'm just working on a little bit of a dining space right now, and I honestly don't know how much sense this dining space makes in relation to where it is with the kitchen and everything. Like looking back, I probably should have put the dining room where that living room is and put the living room where the dining room is, but what's done is done, and I'm not going back to fix it, so it can just stay the way it is. I really wanted to have like this nice wood dining table with a matching wooden bench, but we don't get anything like that in The Sims 4, so I just ended up picking a random white bench and throwing it in there. I've seen a few houses where they have like mostly chairs around their table, but then one side is just a bench, so I thought this family could hop on that trend as well. And now I'm just working on a little bit of an entryway area, just decorating the stairs there with, I think those are dine out wall decorations. Just a nice collage look there. And then I just jumped right ahead to the kitchen. I didn't do anything too fancy in here. I mean, I put 2 ovens in there from Snowy Escape. I loaded it up with cupboards and cabinets from Parenthood. But other than that, there's not too much going on in here. I knew this build was already going to be way too long. So I just threw in some kitchen items I knew that I would like already. So it's really it's really nothing special. I have a microwave. They actually have a popcorn maker too, which is an item I don't use very often. But this kitchen is huge, and I figure since we're gonna have kids running around in here that they would enjoy making some popcorn. They could have some friends over, if their strict mom will allow it, of course. Yeah, that's kind of what I pictured in my head for this kitchen. It's huge. And looking back, I wish I'd thrown a few more lights in there, but that's okay. I do also throw in a very, very small laundry room, and I don't actually know if it's functional. That was the one thing I didn't end up play testing. It is only one tile with a door in front of it, so I'm not sure if it will work. I'm just working on the actual living room area, as I like to call it. This is where your Sims are actually going to socialize and get their fun skill up. I've thrown in a few bookshelves from Get to Work, and I've paired it with a few counters from Snowy Escape in the white swatch, and those counters work so well in almost any room. Like, they blend right in. You can use them for like just storage shelves, kitchen shelves, bathroom shelves. Like, I use them. I've used them in every room. I love the Snowy Escape pack so much. I love the items we get in that pack. But yeah, I use those counters to make this little custom wall unit for the TV. I guess like an entertainment space. I don't really know what to call it. I also wanted to make sure that there was a computer that every Sim in the house can use. There is a computer in the teenage daughter's bedroom. However, the boys do not have a computer in their room for obvious reasons. They have very strict moms, so if they're going on the computer or going on the internet, they are going to have strict parent supervision the whole time. And then I just went back over here for a second just to try and fill up this little hallway space a little more. And I know it looks a little awkward. I wasn't really too sure what to do here. I just kind of kept throwing rugs down, throw some plants there, and a few like decoration items here and there. So I'm sorry it's a little awkward and it doesn't look that great, but I did my best, and that's all that matters. And then, of course, I just come right back over to this living room space, get back on track a little bit, and just throw in a little bit more clutter items. I have like that craft box that the kids can use. I don't actually think they can use it, but we can just pretend. I have a little stereo on the shelf. I got some snow globes. They can read. They got lots of books. I do put in that board game table or the card table, whatever it's called. See, I don't know what a lot of these items are called, as you can see, but that is okay. I will just say that I think I use every single pack in this build, so I do apologize for that. Sometimes I just go a little crazy, and I just want to use what I want to use. So I do apologize for using so many packs in this build. As you can see, I just moved the computer over there. I think it just works a little bit better. So now we are moving on to the master bedroom, and this is where the wife is going to sleep. And as we saw in our little brief of who this family is, that the husband is not going to stay in this room a lot. The wife has totally taken over. You know, like he pictures this room being like where his parents grew up, like where this was his parents' room, and he walks in and now he just gets a headache. Like, it's so frilly and over the top, and there's just so many additions that have been put on, like this whole bathroom's been put in here, and he just couldn't even be bothered. This is definitely the wife's dream bedroom. She has a fireplace, she has a TV, she can lay in bed, she doesn't have to get up, she has her nice tub in the bathroom, which we'll get to. She has a balcony going off of her bedroom as well, so she's got it made. This is definitely the nicest room in the house, sorry. And I know the walls are pink right now, but I decided against them at the last second. I do change the swatch to white. I do keep the same wall paint. I just change it to white. I just thought it matched the house a little bit more. It flowed a little bit better. And it it felt a little bit too like young with the pink. It felt more like a teenager's room, like a really like over the top teenager, obviously. So yeah, I switched that to white. And now I'm just working on the ensuite. And this is one of those weird octagonal rooms that create those towers on the exterior of the house. So what I've done, these weird towers are 2 stories tall. So I've actually deleted the ceiling here. So when she's like sitting in her tub, she can just lay back and look up like way high up into the ceiling. And there's all these windows there too. I mean, which is not ideal for when you want to take a bath, to be surrounded by windows on a busy street. But it's such a nice area that she can come and relax. I love that bathroom. I think it turned out really well. And now we're moving on to the guest bedroom, which, as we all know, is really more like the husband's bedroom. I tried to make it very generic and then add items around it to make it look like it'd been lived in a little bit more. My fiance was saying that it gave him sort of like hotel vibes, like when you check into a hotel and they have like the dresser and desk, and then you sort of just unpack your bag and you have like your shirts on the dresser, a few things on the desk, you have like your like perfumes and bottles and everything. So that room is a little bit more lived in over there. And now we're moving on to the upstairs bathroom. I did end up skipping the bathroom in the downstairs just because this build is already going to be way too long and it's really nothing great. It's just a bathroom. And same with this one, I just throw down some white tiles, paint the walls white, and I throw in the Parenthood shower. And I think I used the cupboards from Jungle Adventure. I think they work really well as bathroom counters. And I used those City Living curtains, but then I actually had to switch them out because they were going through the floor. So you'll see in the screenshots that they are a bit different. And now we are moving on to the teenager's bedroom. And I'm sorry guys, I know we're going through these rooms really, really quickly, but I had to speed this video up quite a bit just so it wasn't too long. This room is very bright. It has some nice pastel colors in it. She has her lights hanging over her bed with all the pictures of her friends. And I have this nice little desk area where I have these built-in bookshelves for her, and I've just loaded them up with clutter. I got my tea tins from Snowy Escape, a few school books, some candles, some perfume bottles. As we know, this daughter has a lot in common with her mom. She's very proper. She's kind of mean. So she's kind of got like that mean girl thing going on. So I just picture her being like very clean, very entitled. Like if she wants something, she's going to get it. And I've also thrown in these succulents from Movie Hangout on her desk as well. I think they just look really nice. And I'm just cluttering up the walls a little bit more, adding some a little bit more clutter on her nightstand. I gave her a little stereo to listen to music, and I also gave her a bookshelf at the end of her bed here as well. For her activity item, I gave her a microphone. I don't actually think I recorded me putting a microphone in here, but I just picture her being like, oh, I'm the best singer in my grade, so... And she also has her own bathroom. It's very pink, very cute, and I skip over it very, very quickly, but she has her makeup and hair dryer in there. And, you know, she's just got it all. She's got it made in the shade. And now we're moving along to the twins' room, which arguably may be my favorite room in this house because it has a secret hangout area in a loft kind of area in that tower. And it's not really a secret. I mean, there's a ladder right there. But I mean, like, how cool is that? They have a ladder going to like this little hangout area. And it's just so cool. This is such a cool space for the boys to hang out and for them to plot pranks against their sister. They have lots of toys. They have a creativity table. I do clutter it up a little bit with the backpack, that stuffed animal. I throw a few more books on top of the bookshelf. Just throw a few more things up on the wall, like the cork board. And I throw up that wall decoration from university as well. And this is where we're going to move into this little loft area here. And I threw in like this old TV and like this old Xbox looking thing and a couple of chairs. And I thought this would be such a fun little area for them to hang out and play video games. And I did play test this, so it all works. And I'm so excited about that little area. And that is all for today's today's video, guys. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I know it was a little bit of a long one, but I really appreciate you being here. If you'd like to download this house, I will leave all the information on it below. And again, thank you so much to Booties Gaming for giving me this family suggestion. And before you click away from this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye!